Warning: you'll never look at your sandwich the same way again after learning about its production process. Imagine that the simple sandwich you eat daily results from a modern and complex production process. From selecting ingredients to preparation and assembly, every step is carried out with high precision and meticulous care. Are you curious about the journey of each slice of bread and every piece of meat before they become the perfect sandwich in your hands? What makes this meal not only delicious, but also of the highest quality? Take advantage of the chance to discover the magic behind this familiar food. Subscribe now and join Captain Discovery's journey. The origins of the sandwich can be traced back thousands of years, but the modern concept of a sandwich with slices of bread and fillings as we know it today originated in 18th century Europe. However, using bread or similar ingredients to wrap or scoop food has been around for millennia across various cultures worldwide. For example, the ancient Jewish sage Hillel the Elder is believed to have wrapped lamb and bitter herbs in a soft, unleavened matzah during Passover, a primitive version of the sandwich. In West Asia and North Africa, flatbreads have long been used to scoop and wrap food. In medieval Europe, stale bread, known as trenchers, was used as a plate for food. After the meal, these bread slices soaked in food were often given to the poor or dogs. In the 1760s, John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, inadvertently created this popular food. A passionate gambler, Montagu often spent long hours at the card table without wanting to interrupt his game. According to legend, he asked his servant to bring him a piece of roast beef between 2 slices of bread, so he could eat without using utensils, and more importantly, without getting his hands greasy. The convenience of this meal quickly spread among the aristocracy, and the sandwich was born, named after the Earl of Sandwich. After becoming popular in England, the sandwich quickly spread to other countries, especially the United States. In America, the sandwich became an integral part of daily cuisine, particularly in the 19th century, when people began to create various types of sandwiches with ingredients like cheese, cold cuts, vegetables, and sauces. The rise of industrial society and the working class created a demand for quick, portable, and affordable meals. Today, the sandwich has become a globally popular food with countless variations, from burgers in the US to baguettes in France to the famous Vietnamese banh mi. Every culture has its unique take on the sandwich, from corned beef sandwiches to egg sandwiches, to seafood sandwiches, or even premium versions like salmon sandwiches. These are all examples of the endless diversity and creativity in this food. Now let's dive into the sandwich production process. How are ingredients ensured to be of the highest quality before production begins? The sandwich production process starts with the selection and inspection of ingredients. Bread, meat, cheese, and vegetables are sourced from reputable suppliers and then go through strict quality checks. Everything must meet high standards, from the freshness of the vegetables to the quality of the meat. This ensures that no substandard or spoiled ingredients enter the production line. In addition, vegetables like lettuce and tomatoes are washed and sterilized, while meat is stored in cold storage at the appropriate temperature. Everything is ready for the next step in the process. Discovery Challenge. If you could add one special ingredient to your sandwich, what would you choose? A. Crispy bacon. B. Melty cheese. C. Crunchy pickles. Comment your choice below and tell us why. How do the bread, meat, and cheese slices get cut so evenly and precisely? Enter the ingredient preparation area. We see automatic cutting machines working continuously. The bread is sliced thinly and evenly. The meat and cheese are also cut into precise slices. Thanks to modern machinery, everything is neatly cut to the correct size and arranged on preparation trays. After being washed, the green vegetables are thinly sliced and sorted separately, ready to be assembled into the sandwich. No detail is overlooked. Everything happens under the close supervision of food safety experts. How are the ingredients combined to create the perfect sandwich? The assembly area is where all the ingredients come together to create the finished sandwich. On the conveyor belt, the slices of bread are carefully arranged, waiting for other components like meat, cheese, and vegetables to be placed on top. The sauce applicator works gently yet precisely, ensuring each sandwich has the right amount of sauce to deliver balanced flavor. We observe this process and are amazed by the speed and accuracy of it all. The ingredients combine perfectly, with no mess or errors. Each sandwich is checked once more before moving on to the next step. How does the sandwich stay fresh by the time it reaches the consumer? Once fully assembled, the sandwich is transferred to the packaging area. Here, automated machinery places the sandwich into protected bags or boxes. A vacuum sealer removes air from the bag, helping the sandwich stay fresh longer. The packaging is then tightly sealed, and labels are applied so consumers can easily identify the product. Each sandwich package displays information, such as the production date, expiration date, and nutritional content, giving consumers peace of mind when purchasing. In the sandwich production process, environmental protection is achieved through three main steps. 1. Sustainable sourcing. The factory sources ingredients from sustainable suppliers, minimizing chemical use and promoting organic farming. 2. Waste reduction. Automated processes are optimized to use ingredients efficiently, minimize waste, and save energy. 3. Eco-friendly packaging. Sandwiches are packaged using recycled or biodegradable materials, reducing plastic waste and protecting the environment. There's something magical about a New York bagel. Biting into one of these perfectly boiled, hand-rolled rolls of dough is like tasting a piece of the city's soul. Pure, subtle perfection. Allowing the toppings, it's a simple smear of cream cheese or a luxurious layer of smoked salmon to truly shine. Unlike bagels from elsewhere, which can often be doughy or too soft, New York's bagels strike that perfect balance between chewy and tender. Whether you're standing at a bagel cart on a busy Manhattan street or nestled in a neighborhood bakery, there's something about the simplicity of a fresh, warm bagel that makes it timeless. Today, as part of our American Culinary Series, Captain Discovery will guide you through the streets of New York to reveal the secrets behind bagel shops that sell over 100,000 bagels every year. Join us as we step into their kitchens, learning the techniques behind creating soft, fragrant bagels, and discovering the perfect accompaniments that make them even more irresistible. So, what are you waiting for? But don't forget to like and subscribe to Captain Discovery for fascinating processes from around the world. The bagel's journey began in the late 19th century when Jewish immigrants from Eastern Europe brought his humble bread to the bustling streets of the Lower East Side. The bagel, originally from Poland, was a staple of Jewish bakeries and quickly gained popularity in New York City due to its chewy texture, satisfying flavor, and ability to stay fresh longer than other bread types. In New York, the bagel became more than just food. It became part of the culture. By the early 1900s, bagel making was dominated by the Bagel Bakers Union, which tightly controlled production, ensuring each bagel was hand-rolled and boiled to perfection. Famous spots like Essa Bagel and HH Bagels quickly became New York institutions known for their oversized, fluffy bagels with perfectly crispy exteriors. Another legend, Russ and Daughters, has been serving bagels with smoked fish since 1914, making it a go-to spot for a classic lox and cream cheese combo. More recently, Tompkins Square Bagels and Absolute Bagels have continued the tradition, offering fresh, hand-rolled bagels that draw crowds every morning. Today, New York bagels are celebrated worldwide for their texture and flavor, remaining a beloved symbol of the city's rich cultural heritage and vibrant food scene. Before we start, here's the Discovery Challenge about New York bagels. What's the most popular topping for a traditional New York bagel? The answer will be revealed at the end of the video. Share your answer in the comments below now. Today, we visit Utopia's Kitchen in Queens, New York, to see how it prepares its bagel. The process begins with a 41-year-old dough recipe that uses barley malt. In a big commercial mixer, they throw in the flour, salt, and that activated yeast mixture, letting the machine handle all the heavy stirring until the dough is formed. The dough then gets a solid kneading right in the machine for about 8 to 10 minutes. After that, let the dough rest under a damp cloth for around 10 minutes so the gluten can relax a bit before moving forward. By the end of this step, the dough will be firm, elastic, and ready for the first rise. After kneading, the dough is transferred into a large, lightly greased container to begin the rising process. It's then covered with a damp cloth or plastic wrap to prevent it from drying out. In professional settings like Utopia's, the dough is placed in a temperature-controlled proofing room, set at an optimal range of 24 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. This temperature allows the yeast to ferment properly, encouraging the dough to rise about 1 to 1.5 hours. It's break time! Did you know New York bagels are so delicious lying in the water? Many believe that New York City's tap water, which is naturally soft and low in calcium, plays a key role in giving the bagels their perfect chewy texture and distinctive taste. The water's unique chemistry makes it ideal for creating that signature New York-style bagel that's crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. And you? Do you love bagels? Share now in the comments below! The dough is then punched down to release any air bubbles and divided into equal portions, typically weighing around 3 to 4 ounces each, to ensure uniform bagels. Each piece is rolled into a smooth ball by tucking the edges underneath, creating a round, even texture. To shape the bagels, bakers either poke a hole in the center with their thumb and gently stretch it, or roll the dough into a rope and connect the ends to form the signature ring shape. The bagels are then placed on parchment-lined trays, allowing enough space between them for slight expansion. In Utopia's bagel shop, they may refrigerate the shaped bagels for an extended rest for several hours or overnight. This refrigeration process slows the fermentation, enhances flavor, and improves the texture. In a large pot or kettle, bring water to a rolling boil. For authentic bagels, Utopia's Bagels adds malt syrup or sugar to the boiling water to give the bagels a slightly sweet flavor and help them achieve a shiny, crisp crust. While the water is heating up, preheat the oven to 220 degrees Celsius. Then, it's time to boil the bagels. Gently place the bagels into the boiling water using a slotted spoon or mesh strainer, and let each bagel boil for 1 to 2 minutes per side. Boiling gives the bagels their dense, chewy texture, and the longer you boil them, the chewier they will be. After boiling, use a slotted spoon or strainer to remove the bagels from the water, letting the excess water drain off. Place the boiled bagels back onto the parchment-lined baking sheet, allowing some space between each one. Seasoning is the last part of this step, as workers sprinkle the toppings over the bagels while they are still moist from boiling, so the toppings stick well. The bagels now are transferred to the oven and baked for 20 to 25 minutes, or until the bagels turn a deep golden brown. They are rotated halfway through the baking time to ensure they bake evenly on all sides. Once the bagels are baked to perfection, carefully remove them from the oven and transfer them to wire cooling racks. Allow the bagels to cool for at least 15 to 20 minutes before slicing or serving. The ideal bagel should have a crisp, slightly blistered crust with a rich color, indicating that the inside will be soft and chewy. Once cooled, bagels can be sliced and served fresh or packed for sale. At Utopia's Bagels, some are left plain, while others are pre-sliced for sandwiches or prepared with spreads like cream cheese, butter, or smoked salmon. Bagels that will be packaged are typically placed in paper bags to preserve freshness and avoid moisture buildup. By following these steps, Utopia ensures that their bagels are cooled properly and ready to serve, maintaining the ideal texture and flavor that they're known for. And now's the answer for the quiz about what's the most popular topping for a traditional New York bagel. The answer is cream cheese. This simple yet rich spread has become synonymous with bagel culture in New York. The cool, creamy texture of cream cheese pairs perfectly with the dense, chewy interior and slightly crisp crust of a fresh New York bagel, creating a satisfying balance of flavors and textures. Interesting, right? If you have a chance to visit New York, don't miss some iconic bagel shops that I'll list for you at the end of the video. In the Lower East Side, we have Russ & Daughters. Established in 1914, this shop is a New York institution known for its hand-rolled bagels, smoked fish, and classic toppings like cream cheese and lox. Coming to the Upper West Side, H&H Bagels have been around since the 1970s and is one of the most iconic bagel shops in New York City. Their classic New York-style bagels are loved for their fluffy, soft texture. And in Brooklyn, Bagel Hole is on top of the choices. It is renowned for its smaller, denser bagels that stick closely to traditional New York style. Can you believe it? U.S. military bread can last up to 3 years while maintaining its flavor and nutritional value. This isn't the regular bread we enjoy daily. It's a specially designed product built to endure the harshest conditions, from scorching 50 degrees Celsius deserts to freezing 20 degrees Celsius icy terrains. But how can something as simple as bread be so resilient? Join Captain Discovery as we uncover the unique production process behind this iron bread. If you find this topic fascinating, don't forget to hit like to support the channel and encourage us to create more exciting content. U.S. military bread or hardtack dates back to the 18th century and has been a staple in soldiers' rations. Its standout feature is its incredible simple composition, just flour and water, baked at high temperatures to remove almost all moisture. This process made it possible to store the bread for months, even years, without spoilage. However, its rock-hard texture and bland flavor meant it was challenging to eat and often required soaking in water before consumption. Despite its shortcomings, hardtack was vital in wars from the American Civil War to World War II, when fresh food was scarce. But by the 20th century, hardtack's limitations spurred innovation. Thanks to advancements in food science, military bread has seen significant improvements. Modern technologies like advanced drying and vacuum sealing have extended its shelf life, made it more palatable, and preserved its flavor. Scientists have also fortified it with vitamins and minerals, transforming it into a complete source of nutrition for long campaigns. This evolution has addressed the drawbacks of hardtack, enabling soldiers to carry lightweight, convenient, and nutritious food. Modern military bread is more than sustenance. It's a solution for maintaining health and energy in extreme conditions. How is such a perfect bread made? Let's find out. Everything begins with selecting high-quality ingredients: flour, water, salt, and yeast. Unlike regular bread, military bread does not include milk or eggs to prevent spoilage. It is fortified with preservatives to ensure a longer shelf life, making it ideal for storage and transportation. The ingredients are blended in industrial-scale mixers for 15 to 20 minutes, ensuring a smooth, even dough. Proper mixing ensures the additives are evenly distributed and that the bread maintains a firm yet chewable texture, even under harsh conditions. But mixing isn't the end. To achieve its remarkable durability, the bread must go through a critical step: fermentation. However, unlike typical bread, the fermentation time is shorter. Why? The answer lies in the next step. The dough is fermented for 30 to 40 minutes in tightly controlled environments to limit the growth of unwanted bacteria or yeast. This shorter fermentation time prevents overdevelopment of the dough, ensuring durability without compromising the bread's structure. After fermentation, the dough is divided into portions, shaped and placed in molds. These molds are placed in an industrial oven at a temperature of 200 to 220 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes. The result is golden, firm loaves of bread. After baking, the bread is cooled in a controlled environment to stabilize its structure and prevent moisture from condensing inside. Next, depending on the requirements, the bread may be placed into an industrial drying system to reduce moisture levels to 3 to 5%. This drying process helps prevent mold growth and extends the shelf life, ensuring the bread is suitable for long-term storage and transportation. Each batch of bread is rigorously tested for moisture content, weight, and sturdiness. It must remain intact even under harsh impacts, simulating tough transport conditions. Some batches are tested in specialized environments with temperatures ranging from -20 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius, high humidity, and mechanical shocks. These tests ensure the bread can withstand long-term storage and extreme conditions. The bread is vacuum sealed in plastic bags or metal tins to protect it from air and moisture. These packages are sealed tightly to prevent contamination during storage. Modern production facilities can produce up to 200,000 loaves per day, meeting the needs of military units worldwide. While military bread reduces food waste due to its long shelf life, its production involves significant energy use and emissions. Additionally, vacuum-sealed plastic or metal packaging contributes to non-biodegradable waste. To mitigate these issues, many factories now use renewable energy sources like solar or wind power, cutting CO2 emissions by 30%. Modern drying and baking technologies also save up to 25% energy, and biodegradable or recyclable packaging is gradually replacing traditional materials. Even leftover bread is recycled into animal feed or organic fertilizer, minimizing resource waste. After such a rigorous process, do you think this bread deserves the title of Iron Bread? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for the next fascinating topic with Captain Discovery. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories about extraordinary everyday products. We'll see you on the next adventure.